Let's paint these beautiful lemons today. Hello friends, my name is Anil and welcome to my watercolor tutorial. This is the final painting. The selection of photograph is also very important. Now let's see what is good about this particular photograph. The best thing I liked is the contrast. The lemons, almost all of them have beautiful direct sunlight falling on them, and it is contrasting well with the dark olive green which is cutting across in the form of leaves in most of the lemons, thereby enhancing the beauty of this photograph, and thereby our painting is also going to be beautiful. See here, the olive green and the other greens, sap green and even the sky color, they are all comparatively darker colors as compared to yellow color. And a general thumb rule for watercolor is, can you tell me? Yes, we move from lighter to darker shades. So we paint the lemons first. The lightest part of the lemons is the white color. In watercolors, we don't use white color unless some highlights here and there, but not in a major way. So how do we get whites in watercolor? That's right, we leave the paper and paint around it. The paper eventually gives the white paint feeling. Now any such paper which we have left white color, don't leave the edges as it is, excepting how should I say, the center. At the center there are 4 lemons. Out of that, the third lemon has a hard edge. It can happen when the shadow offering object, it could be a leaf, it could be another lemon, is very close, and sunlight in that case doesn't diffuse much and gives a very sharp edge. Actually, it also adds to the beauty of the shadow. But rest of the shadows on rest of the lemons are diffused. So you paint that lemon yellow and diffuse it using the moist brush. So the edges need to be softened. Another thing, if you observe closely the photograph, the lemon actually surface is not a smooth surface. As you are aware, it's a textured surface. Now how do we get that? So we have an opportunity by way of softening these shining surfaces of lemons. There, instead of using moist brush, try to use as much dry brush as possible and try to rub the edges so that part of the paint, a little bit, gets attached to the bristles of the brush, and there it gets transferred to the high points of the rough paper. Rough paper has highs and lows. If you actually observe the rough paper under the microscope, you will find there are mountains on the paper. You get me? So the peaks of these mountains we need to sort of paint, and the troughs, valleys of the mountains without any paint. Thereby we are able to get that roughness of the lemon. So try that. Don't use damp brush, use dry brush. Another thing is, in such a case, generally speaking, the animal hair brushes, goat hair, hog hair, squirrel hair, they are better instead of any other variety of brushes. We are giving some burnt umber here and again softening the edges. These are the areas of lemon which are in the shadow. Now this particular lemon I was talking about, this right edge which I will be painting just now, is a hard edge. So let's have fun by not softening it. Okay, here we go. Yes. So I'm not going to soften this particular edge. See how beautiful it is looking. But if you have all the lemons like this, then one starts doubting whether how can all the lemons have such hard edges. So continue with the lemons and one has to remember that watercolor dries lighter. That means if you feel that the color right now is darker and whether you have made any mistake by having higher tonal value, you have not. It has to be somewhat darker. When it dries off, it becomes lighter. So this you will get by experience, only by practice. But do take some risk and paint with a higher tonal value to avoid one more layer of painting with a higher tonal value later on. This overlapping of lemons or overlapping later on, you will see, of the leaves on these lemons, it creates a beauty. So again, this is another point which you need to take care while deciding or selecting the photograph for painting. It should have some overlaps. It should not look like lemons are kept one beside the another one. It shows that naturality. Again, when a dark olive green leaf is overlapping, like in the case of this third lemon, it gives a beautiful contrast, thereby highlighting these lemons much more. So some amount of leaves overlap has to be makes it interesting. we are going to have this beautiful cobalt blue wash. Don't worry about the leaves, because leaves are slightly darker than this cobalt blue wash. So give the wash on the entire left hand side, because right hand side, as I see in the photograph, is actually covered with a thick green foliage. So there is no sky seen at all. So the left hand side can be painted with cobalt blue. Allow it to dry, or actually wet on wet. I am going to do some leaves wet on wet and then allow it to dry. Observe how the painting is proceeding. What I have done is, the left hand side of these lemons I have painted wet on wet. I have also sprayed some water with the help of a spray bottle to smudge these greens and with a blue sky to some extent, of course. Don't remove the sky completely. There will be gaps in between the leaves and the sky can be seen. It actually adds to the beauty. The right hand side, however, I am going to take advantage by painting in a beautiful dark olive green colored leaves. The gaps in between the lemons, the edges of the lemons will actually become sharper if you are able to get as much dark olive as possible. So use some olive, some red brown. By now you are aware that how we create these darker shades so that the lemons stand out. Just observe. See how beautifully these lemons are appearing. The bottom edges of these two lemons in between, because of the crisp edge formed by the olive green color. If you like my painting, please do hit that like button. Do subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Let's meet again next Friday with another new topic. Thank you for watching.